Sean Sewell with Engearment.com, and I have a really cool video for you showcasing my experience recently at Bluebird Backcountry here in Colorado. In this video, I'll go over my experience, what you can expect, and then towards the end I have an interview with the co-founder, Jeff Woodard of Bluebird Backcountry. So a lot to cover, so let's get into it. I'll paint you a picture here. It is middle of winter, end of February 2023. I got to spend a weekend in Bluebird Backcountry here in Colorado. My wife and dog and I are based out of Denver, Colorado. It's about a 3-hour drive. With the Saturday ski traffic, it was more like 3.5, maybe 4 hours. But I did drive kind of slow, and I stopped by Whole Foods to get some food on the way up there, not knowing if they would have food. They do have food. But again, if you have any specific foods you want to eat, bring your own food. It's just always the best plan right there. So there's a few ways you can get there from Denver. You can take Highway 9 out of Silverthorne, or you can come up through Winter Park, Granby, Grand Lake area. I did both. I went up through Highway 9, and then I came down through US 40 to get, the Pepsi challenge, the A and B challenge right there. Both routes are really nice. I actually like the US 40 a little bit better. So you're heading up, you're gonna exit onto the smaller state highway, and it's about 2 miles in, and you'll see a nice sign, which I'll put below so you can see. Then you follow this 1.5 lane road up to Bluebird's base. As you know, with mountain passes, especially smaller ones, narrow ones, navigate with caution. It's not treacherous, it's just proper communication with people who are coming in the opposite direction as you, which you may encounter. And if you do, just obey the best practices and everybody's happy. 2 miles in, you get to the base camp. It's a parking lot. It's a big parking lot like you would see in most ski resorts. Not a big, huge parking lot, not a paved parking lot, just a nice open area. And obviously you park there for the day. And then the back part of the parking lot is where you can reserve and pay for camping. So in this case, this means for a lot of people camping in their trucks or their Subarus or their vans or their RVs. And if you don't have any of those accommodations, there are, I think, 3, 4, or 5 small geometric domes and tiny homes that you can rent. I imagine they book up pretty quick though, so I would look into it as soon as possible if you are planning on doing that. How I did my setup was a rooftop tent. My buddy Wade Lancaster, fellow Engearment rider, and I went up there and camped, had a great time. There is a camp host. Like, what ski resort has a camp host? But that's pretty awesome, right? Camp host starts a fire around sundown, and everybody can meet up around the campfire and chat if they want to, or they can retire to their vehicles or their sleeping situations. Past that parking lot, you go into, it's a small slope, you go into the base area. And the base area is like the most fun ski resort base I've seen. It's like the Shangri-La of ski resorts. It's not pretentious, there's no hotels, there's no restaurants, there's no anything fancy. It's just a big dome tent, and then a couple cutouts where there are fire pits and picnic tables for people to sit at. Everybody there, ear to ear smiles, and it's the best ratio of creatures I've seen. I'd say 1/3 women, which was fantastic to see, 1/3 men, and 1/3 dogs. That is very good organic chemistry right there. So women out there, it is not a bro place. It is a very inviting environment. And to double down on that, we actually met up with Sarah Mack and Rima Ward of Women Who Splitboard. And we hung out with them and had a great time, and it's just really cool. They were actually doing a women's Splitboard 101 course that day. So yes, this is a very inclusive environment. And the dogs. I wish I would have brought my dog, Chloe. She would have had a great time. As much as a dog park as it was a ski resort, which was just absolutely awesome. Awesome to see that. So you enter the Bluebird Backcountry main tent. You pick up your day pass, your overnight camping pass there. It's fully functional operation. You go in there and there is a area desk, and the people there will take your information, take your payment. The payment, $40, $50 maybe. It's ridiculously good value, especially compared to what you're going to pay at other ski resorts. I'll leave it at that. Of course, this is all human powered. Keep in mind, there's no ski lift. So Bluebird Backcountry is a backcountry experience, but they take a lot of the perils, the dangers, because they fully mitigate. They fully go through and make sure this is as safe as possible, making this a great place for beginners, intermediates, or experts to recreate and or practice your skill sets. One of my favorite things I saw as I was walking down into the base is there was a whole like beacon park area where people were practicing their beacon skill sets. That made me very happy. As Beacon Bash co-founder, as Will Coleman, Wade Lancaster, myself, seeing people practice beacon drills at the resort just made my heart very happy. So this is the kind of people you're going to encounter at Bluebird Backcountry, people who are focused on safety and recreation. You're in the main hut, you're getting your pass. If you forget anything, sunscreen, chapstick, all that stuff, they got you covered there. They have rentals for split boards and skis, as well as safety equipment. So if you need, if you forgot the batteries for your beacon, or if you just want to borrow a beacon, or you want to purchase a beacon, they got you covered there. Beacon probe, shovel, of course. Some clothing, definitely some cool hats. They have their own trail map, which is awesome. But it's a very kind of not quite rustic, but very organic feeling. There's like not a real floor to the tent. It's kind of like rubberized flooring from our gym put over snow and dirt. I love it. It's just very all over the place. Of course, there's at least 3 or 4 dogs in the main hut, and there is some food, like I mentioned. I know for sure they have burritos. I bought one. It's delicious, and it's so fun. There's no line cooks. There's no chefs. There's a freezer with burritos in it. You get your burrito. You go over to their shared microwave. You'll see the director of education, the ski team, and then you using the microwave together. And there's free water right there. You can fill up your canteens and water bottles and stuff. It's, as you can tell, I'm very excited about this experience so far. The day we got there was also a gear swap going on and a raffle for CEIC, which is Colorado Avalanche Information Center, as you should know probably. And there's a wonderful woman singing some great songs under a tent. They're doing a raffle. There's the fire pits, dogs everywhere. The sun is just perfectly lit at like 3 o'clock, 3:30. Everybody's just ear-to-ear smiles, sharing about their day and their stoke. A really positive experience. The raffle goes off, people win beacons and win hats and all the cool stuff. Sun goes down, we retire back to base camp, which is the parking lot. The big bonfire gets going, people are swapping stories and sandwiches and beers and such. We have a great time hanging out, Rima, Wade, myself, and our new friends we meet in the parking lot, as one does at a cool place like this. And then of those domes I mentioned earlier, one of those domes is a shared space. So you can go in there and warm up or wash dishes. There's a stove there, benches, you can hang out. And of course, we made some new friends that night and shared some whiskey and stuff, had a good time. Got a great night of sleep under the stars here in Colorado. It's gorgeous. Wake up in the morning, slept in. Actually, it was kind of nice. A little bit of a vacation for me. Access to the trails starts around 8:30. So maybe a little bit later than you might be used to with your backcountry touring experiences, but also that's just right on par with most ski resorts. And it allows them to go through and make sure everything's as safe as possible and get everything prepared for all the people to access the mountain. In that time, we met up with Jeff Woodward, the co-founder, and interviewed him, which I'll put that video here in a few seconds, to explain the hows and the whys of how Bluebird came to be and what you can expect and all that. It's a very helpful video we shot with him. We shot it on our split boards on the skin track, heading up to get some bacon and then go ski. So it's my favorite kind of interview right there, in the elements. The whole experience has been fantastic. I wouldn't be shooting this video if I didn't think it was the most amazing backcountry resort. And for that matter, it might be the only one. I think it is the only one at the moment. And I really hope that seeing this collage of videos I've shot from my weekend experience there excites some people out there to maybe create their own in their own state, a backcountry specific ski and snowboard resort. It's a great idea. I hope that they have plans on expanding this and growing it, because I think it's a fantastic resource, a great time, great culture, great community. And yeah, I'm shooting this on the Monday after the weekend, so I'm like very hyped up from the experience, of course. And I'm going to go back as soon as possible, take as many of my friends as possible, and just, it's good. It's a really good experience. They did a great job with it. It's very fair price you're paying for entrance. The travel time is, get an audiobook, get a podcast, just make the journey. It's a beautiful drive. It's Colorado. If you have dogs, it is dog friendly. It was kid friendly. I don't know. Hopefully I put the video in of showing the teenagers building a kicker in the background while the raffle's going on. They're just hitting the booter. It was, it was cool. It is, so it could be family friendly for sure, dog friendly, woman friendly. It's the real deal. They did a great job. I'll stop ranting and raving about this so you can get back to your life. But fully 2 thumbs up from here. Hope you found this helpful, seeing the footage of what the experience is like. Get any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll put links to Bluebird Backcountry as well as Women Who Split, but they're a great organization doing great education for women. I'm Sean Sewell, owner and director of Stoke for Engearment.com. Hope you found this helpful. If you did, thumbs up, appreciated. Till next time, take care.
Hey guys, Jeff Woodward from Bluebird Backcountry. Came up with the idea for Bluebird 6 years ago. I brought my brother out to Crested Butte for Christmas and took him backcountry skiing as a Christmas present. And he just had this phenomenal day. Like, he's blown away by the whole sport. At the end of the day, he's like, could I just buy these skis instead of normal skis? And for Mother's Day that year, he got our mom a framed picture of the 2 of us, all smiles, on top of Coney's in Crested Butte, like big, deep blue sky behind, having an awesome day. And that got me thinking that at the time, there weren't good ways for people to learn to backcountry ski. And I thought that people wanted a safer, more comfortable, and more fun place to go backcountry skiing, which has become Bluebird Backcountry, where we are right here. So it's a ski area that doesn't have any chairlifts. We still have ski patrol, avalanche control, lessons, rentals, food, beer, lodging. People skin uphill and then ski down. The snow is usually pretty good. And that's why we exist.
I love it. And is this the first backcountry specific resort in North America?
Yep, first and only one in the world that we know of. So, yeah. Sorry, we'll do that again. Yeah.
No, it's an incredible resource. Is that a call for bacon?
No, at the top of the bacon strip, but there is bacon up there.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, I'm not sure they have it going yet this morning, but midday they will.
I think that's a very good explanation of the why.
Yeah.
What's it been like trying to create, or the process of creating this?
Yeah.
The logistics.
It's been really fun and really hard.
I bet.
There's so much you never would have thought about, like building a backcountry ski area, like all the buildings and winter construction and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you have meetings on the skin track. It was a real big evolution for me personally as a backcountry skier, going from like learning about avalanches to planning my own tours to like planning a couple international trips to designing a whole ski area. Like, that's a really cool kind of piece of progression in that. And I mean, fundamentally, you get to be out in the woods on snow every day talking to people, which is pretty fun.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Now, how many people do you have on the team helping out here?
So on a given day that we're open, we've got 20 to 25 folks. There's a few ski patrollers, a few guest services people, some backcountry educators, and some avalanche instructors.
Fantastic. And I love it. We're all on hard boot split board setups here.
That's great.
They are.
Yeah.
So I've never been here before. My take is rolling in. This is the way a ski resort should feel and be, right? Like, everybody's hanging out. There's more dogs than people, and the dogs are good dogs. And there's a woman playing guitar in the snow pit, and there's a raffle going on for hats and beacons, and a very organic, wholesome environment. Throw in the fact you can camp if you choose to pay for camping, and swap stories over sandwiches and a beer in the evening, and then go see those same people on the skin track potentially the next day. That's an incredible experience. I don't think most places can replicate that.
No, we're really trying to build community with it, and it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying to embrace ski culture for everything it can be.
Absolutely. You guys are doing a good job with that. Well, Jeff, thank you for your time explaining it.
Thanks, Sean. We appreciate it. Have a good day.
Will do.
Yeah.
Wade and I are going to go tour.